Hello everyone and welcome to today's transmission. It's our 9th transmission together, and today I'm going to transmit the frequency of forgiveness. We are now just before the 12/12 portal tomorrow, and we are already been pre-waving for quite a while, which is also many of the topics that we already covered has been a beautiful sequence of preparation for those frequencies that are coming through in this moment. And this weekend, I invite you to listen to this transmission of forgiveness as often as you can, because through forgiveness comes gratitude, through forgiveness comes freedom and acceptance, and all the other topics that we already covered. So breathe with me now and allow for these liberating frequencies of forgiving ourselves and others, coming into the space of acceptance and love, the universal love that we talked about earlier, and really stepping into this space of releasing ourselves and others from the past, from expectations, from everything that is holding us back, everything that is blocking our potential, everything that is blocking our relationships, everything that is blocking us from living a peaceful, beautiful life without the suffering that not forgiving brings with it. So come into this beautiful space now of peace. Take a deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Find a good position for your body to sit in. You can either lay down or you can sit up straight with your spine. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. And you just breathe and let the breath flow through your whole body, all the way down into your belly, and anchoring the light as we did in all the former transmissions. Anchoring the light, the breath, the energy, the life force, all the way through your body. And further through your legs and down into Mother Earth. And from the core, the crystalline core of Mother Earth, the energy comes back up into your body. It fills your heart and goes up, 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 and up. All the way up, all through the layers and connecting with Source. We do it quite quickly today. There can also be many levels and we can stop on the way, but today we just go straight up. And so we have this whole ascension column, the whole chi, the whole channel of energy, just connecting. So let us now bring through the beautiful frequencies of forgiveness. Insha huyamaikia teatralato shompiaka yetesho. Insha ieleratia a oko miakasha shiatantiaka. Ikwai ieleratia shoko miakanta tiashawa. Imiakanta ieleratia sho o miaka yanayashawa. Being in a space of holding on to bitterness, anger, disappointment, shame, guilt, not being able to forgive ourselves and others takes up a lot of space in the human vehicle. We are invited now to allow for a flow to come in, a flow of energy codes that will make it easier for you to let go, to release the grip, to let go of all the resistance that you hold in your body, to allow yourself to forgive. Forgiveness has many stages, and the first step now for us is to receive the codes, to open up, to let the flow, to let the energy flow through you. So take a deep breath. Inshawa yarala tia to ompiaka tia shakataya te iko miakara lia shekitiana. Ia shau ia neraka ita inoroko lera tiaba ia shokoto ompaya kia chawa. Inaya keara opiaka chiaka nai inara lorodo piaka. Inshaya lera to umpiata yalarako ushita miakia shokoto umpiaka yalera tampaya kia omiaka. Ciao ya hamia, au ciao ya hiamia, uku ya mera la tia keshkotampia te. Au ya tia shaka tia uku miaka la tia. These energy codes are opening up your channel, opening up your energy system so that energy can flow freely. This is the first step for us to come into a space where we are able to forgive and to really understand what forgiveness is. So breathe now to let these codes of opening up flow through you. Inshawahi na yeshawa laratiata inchaw yamia kerolo toto shikata ayana kieta shokoto ohomia kao ina yalarato shokoto. Okay, so the next step now is to understand what forgiveness means in its purest form. Just like acceptance does not mean that we have to like a situation, like we don't have to consent or agree with anything. Acceptance has to do with coming into a space of acknowledging what is actually present. And in the same way, forgiveness does not have to do with consenting, agreeing, or liking anything that anyone else has done to you, or anything that you have done that you might regret, or that you might hold yourself in a very harsh grip, that you don't forgive yourself for something that you did to someone else or that you did to yourself, that you allowed yourself to stay in a place of suffering for a long time, for example. There are many things that we might not be able to find a way to forgive ourselves or others. But forgiveness is easier when we understand the freedom that comes with it. There is no buts. There is no dependency. There is no expectations. There is no conditions. It is just pure. In its purest form, it is just that, letting go of what has been, forgiving yourself, loving yourself for not knowing better, for not choosing differently, and forgiving others for the same. In shoyama iane ika wahime ika sho Shiata ia he na ia ko homi ikao ila wachawa inai ika shao homiaka iniko shiatawa ia he na. There is an expression that says, I'm doing the best I can, or he or she is doing the best they can. And sometimes we might want to say, well, it's not good enough. Your best is not good enough. Because it should be possible to expect something more from you or from me. But what really lies in that expression is, from the consciousness level that I had at that point, or that he or she had at that point, and perhaps continues to have, from that consciousness level, we do the best we can. Even if that from a 3D perspective might be quite bad. But from a universal, higher perspective, all the choices that we make come from different consciousness level. And when people operate from a platform of fear and competitiveness, from shame, and all of these quite low frequencies, from a design that is not occupied with unity and oneness, but from separation. From this point of view, from this consciousness level, it is actually the best we can. And realizing this, that choices are made from a platform inside, from an operating system, from a design, from a belief system that we hold inside, which is actually not able to or capable of raising the vibration high enough to make better choices than the ones we make when we do it from this inner platform. Then it's easier to forgive ourselves, to forgive others for perhaps not choosing the most complementary paths for ourselves. And also, in this whole equation comes responsibility. Others cannot really do to us anything that we don't allow, for the most part. It's different when it's about children. So then often when we are grown up, we have to go in and do a lot of inner child work, because things that have been done to us when we were children, that were done from a very low consciousness level of people around us. And then we have to go in and do the inner work, working with the inner child and being the parent for this inner child, being the mature parent, and then embracing, loving, listening, being present, holding space from a higher consciousness level than those that were used to be around us were able to. So here comes codes now for this forgiveness that embraces and encompasses all of these emotions that are present within this very vast frequency of forgiveness. So breathe deeply now, and allow for everything that does not serve you anymore to dissolve into the swirling vortex that are helping you now to release all of these emotions back to source light. That is what forgiveness is. You just release it from your body. You're unloading the burden of carrying it, carrying the burden of resistance and bitterness and all these low frequency emotions that are attached to either people, situations, anything that is weighing you down. Set the intention now to release everything in this moment, and we send it with gratitude and love back to source light for everything that we have learned through all the processes in our lives, all the challenges in our lives. It's all a grand puzzle, and all the pieces are important to bring us to where we need to be, to where our soul, our higher selves has decided that we want to go. Insha huya niaka wea tia a lerato o sho miakaya niaka shiata a niaka lerate a wato shokotompiaka. Insha hia miaka ia laratia shampiaka ia laratia ho o miakaya ina sheka ita larato o ho mikamia ia laraka o ho miaka lera o ho shiaka ina iko shiakantiate i laariate uku shiata chiaka o koreata laratia makatie i laraka o miaka laratiata i sho miaka laratia to umpiaka in shohia ita i ashiaka i larto o ho miaka laratia ton shokota miaka yatea. Expand your heart now and use your breath to just release it all. Just let it go. Let it go and come into this space in your heart where there is trust and there is peace. There is balance. There is a knowing that all of this goes into a huge, beautiful co-creation, that you are the designer of. You are the creator of this beautiful, grand co-creation. Chia miakia laratia incho hao miaka ia lauhaya nia shawa inahi iko miakaya leata. Breathe in a deep inner knowing that all is well and that you are safe to forgive yourself first, and then it's easy to forgive others without having the fear of having to agree with anyone or consenting to anything. It's the pure, liberating emotion of letting go of attachment to anyone or anything is a big, big part of your inner liberation. And feel the support from Mother Earth and her crystalline core fill up all the empty space which is left when you release all the low frequent emotions, the dark spots, the heavy, dense emotions in your body. And we fill it up with the white light flowing up and flowing down. Our whole body now feeling more flexible, more spacious. There's more room for all the good things, for love, without condition, for acceptance, without consent necessarily, for kindness and compassion. We can fill up these beautiful empty spaces now as we come into this 0 point for our bodies and our mental and emotional bodies as well. This weekend is a good opportunity for you to integrate these energies, and I invite you to look back at the former transmissions that we've done, integrate them as much as you can, and stay hydrated because there is a lot of energy moving now in our bodies. And allow for the process to unfold. Know that emotions, they come as a storm and they go as a storm. They bring everything up to the surface and then they pass and we can dissolve it back to source light. Everything that does not serve us anymore. Thank you for spending this time with me. I cherish your presence and your contribution at this very special time and this beautiful shift that we are in on this planet. and know that with every release, every rise in your consciousness, you are connecting and contributing to the collective whole, raising our collective consciousness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.